Hey everybody, this is John Bullard, owner of Fantastic League of Wrestling. I don't know what you're doing on a beautiful Thursday night, but I know what I'm doing. I'm drinking at Moe's.
This is Drinkin at Mo's, where we talk about the pros of pro wrestling in the Midwest while sipping on some brews with blessed beers and wrestling. That's my scene. Death matches and lucha libre, it's all so mean. I'm a straight up smart goofball, not no kiss ass. I stand tall when it comes to wrestling. I'm the king. I know every move, every fling. Get ready for a wild time with Drinkin at Mo's, where we don't quit. Drinkin at Mo's, that's where it's at, like a power bomb. We hit hard, never flat. Fucking right, we're living the dream. Talking about wrestling, always a scream.
You know, I've always said here at Drinkinatmos, just because it says drinking at Mo's does not mean it has to be alcoholic. So I'm happy to say Drinking at Mo's is sponsored by Prince Nana Coffee. The exact same guy you see every week on Dynamite, on Collision. Yes, he has his own coffee, and it's freaking delicious. They don't even roast those beans until you've placed your order. And you might be telling me, hey, Big Mo, I'm more of a tea guy. They got you covered there too. Use the referral link in the description of this video. And let's get you dancing like Prince Nana with Prince Nana Coffee. All right, everybody, welcome Drinking Mo's. Big Mo here. You know the drill. YouTube, like, subscribe, share, comment, all that good stuff, because YouTube's algorithm continues to be a pain in the ass, even though as of this recording earlier this week, just past 500 subscribers. So thank you, everybody there. But don't forget about the audio platforms, too. Today, I'm excited to have with me Boss Man from Fantastic League of Wrestling, Mr. Bullard. How the heck you doing?
Mo, I'm doing good, my friend. How about yourself?
Oh, like I said, I can't complain. And the YouTube channel's like way past anything I ever could have imagined. Like, I'm not even kidding. When I started, I had maybe 25 subscribers, and that's only when oh God, I'm trying to think. It's weird because I posted the YouTube channel. I actually changed it because I just wanted to post goofy videos of like when they had that ice bucket challenge. Well, that's when I started the old YouTube channel. I just posting goofy friggin' videos from that, and then
And look where you're at now. Yep.
then I got the idea for the podcast, and look at me now. It's wild, but yeah, the thing that we're here for today. Excited for another season of Fantastic League of Wrestling. Getting started with a bang, continuing in the good tradition of some great Super Juniors tournaments out there. Fantastic League of Wrestling having their own, and a lot of great Super Juniors talent here in the Midwest that I think often get somewhat overlooked, because you think some of the meccas of the wrestling industry, it's either one of the coasts. Midwest gets a little overlooked, but you got some great talent coming in for this tournament. And well, why don't we just start off with some of them, because you also got some great non-tournament action, but we'll go over some of the tournament stuff first. Joe Blues versus, and I'm hoping I'm pronouncing the name right, because I always feel awkward when it happens that I mispronounce something. Yoshi Kai.
Yep, you pronounce it correct, sir. You win the prize. 500 beer cases coming to your house.
Yay! But that's one of the matches going on, and I'm like, okay, already starting off with some good stuff. I'm not as familiar with these two, but I'm excited because even in the getting close to 420 episodes now, I'm still getting introduced to some great new talent that heck, I might not have been as familiar with.
Yeah, I mean, Joe Blues has been probably the most underrated talent in Chicago for the past 5 years. I feel like this tournament is his opportunity to have the big breakout performance that everyone will end up talking about. To me, he's the definition of what I love as a promoter. I love finding the hidden gems, the guys that get overlooked, and then you showcase them, and all of a sudden everyone's now watching them. I feel like this tournament will end up probably becoming Joe Blues's welcoming party to the world. But Yoshi Kai, on the other hand, will be the one who will try to ruin that party for him because Yoshi is this mysterious striker. He's the one that comes in with a Muay Thai background, and he's looking to take off the head of Joe Blues.
Yeah, no, that's going to be an interesting one. The Muay Thai striking and much like you, I like finding, going through and reaching out to different guests, when I'm looking into, who to reach out to, I'm looking at social media. I'll be like, oh, that one looks like fun. I need to. So like now I'm looking like after we're done here, I'm like, oh boy, I'm going to need to be getting Joe Blues on here.
Yeah, you need to. Joe's a life of a party. He's a great guest, great guy. Absolutely love that kid.
Oh man, that sounds like yep. Nope. Locking that one down. Now, okay. We've talked about one of these next guys before, and I'm always, I've always said that I gravitate towards a lot of those intense personas, but then I also gravitate towards some of those that from the name alone, it might sound goofy, but it's like, okay, the name alone catches you. This one, Trash Panda versus another name that the last name is going to be tricky for me to pronounce here, Elijah Eros.
Eros, yeah.
Okay, sweet. I'm getting it right.
So Trash Panda is a day one flow OG. He is with us from the very first show we have ever done back in 2024. He was hand selected by Mike Quackenbush to be on his team. So that tells you how good he is. When you ask 1,000 holes, say, that's the guy I want on my team. Phenomenal. Trash Panda, the tuxedo wearing raccoon luchador. I mean, only that flow, baby. That's what you'll see that. And he could do the lucha libre style. He could do strong style, the strikes. He's good with the British technical stuff too. And he's an all-around great wrestler. On the other hand, though, he has someone who I like to call the modern day Kevin Von Erich, which is Elijah Euros. Elijah could be possibly one of those odds-on favorite to win this whole tournament. He is that good. He's only like, I think, 21 years old.
Ooh.
And already has TV experience. He looks like an Adonis. He wrestles just about any style, and he's so talented. He's so good. This could be the match that could steal the show. This could be the one that where everyone might be like the crowd would go crazy for it. I think all the boys in the locker room will probably be by the curtain watching it because this potential has a match to steal the entire tournament.
Oh yeah, no, Trash Panda. Ever since I've been the podcast partner here, in watching everything that I've been able to I'm like definitely a fan because I can agree with you. He can go in a lot of different styles, and I mean, fantastic League of Wrestling. You guys known for bringing in a lot from all over the world, all the different styles, the Japanese strong style.
I like to tell people all the time, we're the buffet table of wrestling. The only thing we don't do no hardcore, but we've had some matches where it got little hard and heavy, but not as bloody or anything like that. But when it comes to like the diverse styles, like the lucha, the British technical stuff with like Tommy Gunn,
Mhm.
the strong style with guys like Yoshi Kai and others, we give someone and everyone a little spoonful and taste around like, oh, you like this? This guy's for you. You like that? That person will do that for you. If you
Uh,
want good women's wrestling, we got the Joshi style. So it's like whatever they want, we provide it for them.
oh yeah, and that's the thing that is great. Like the great promotions, regardless of the independence or national TV, they'll give you that. They'll give you just a little bit of everything. So, like, you might have some of the people that they lean one way or the other on whatever style they like. So it's like you get those promotions that give you a little bit of everything. It's like, hey, you got your stuff right there.
Yeah,
And then, hey, maybe you'll find something else that you like just as much while you're waiting for your style that you particularly enjoy.
exactly. Yes.
Oh yeah. Now, another person that definitely familiar with because I've had him on the show, Taino versus Riley Reinhart.
Yes. This could be
No,
the match that's probably slept on the most. That shouldn't be because Riley Reinhardt from Alienated Youth is a phenomenal talent. I mean, phenomenal. If you've never seen him or his tag team partner wrestle, those kids remind me a lot of the Motor City Machine Guns. They're quick,
mm-mm,
fast paced. They'll hit you with 1,000 combinations before you even touch the mat. They're so good.
right.
Uh, but right now he's flying solo, and this is his opportunity to show people that hey, I'm more than just a tag wrestler. I can do this by my own as well. But then there's a spoiler. I mean, here comes a full original, someone who's went away from the island for a little bit at the land of Flow, and he's making his return for this year, and a little different attitude, a little different, little swagger to his walk now. Do I think he's still the lovable, hopeful baby face that everyone's cheering for? I like to think so. The last time we saw him, though, he kind of had a chip on his shoulder. And sometimes you and I both know when a chip is on your shoulder, a little different mentality comes with that. A little
Oh yeah.
different, a different idea of like, you know what, I've been playing by the rules. Maybe I'll stop playing by those rules now.
Oh yeah. No, there's something to be said when that chip starts forming, and you're just like, you know, you know. I know Flow family friendly, but maybe this instance this would fit. But that chip forms, and you finally just get that. Well, you know what? Fuck it. Here we go.
No, I mean, seriously, I mean, it happens. I mean, I used to wrestle myself, and I know what it's like to always try and go by the rules. And then one day you get tired of it, and you just decide to swing this steel chair at somebody. It is what it is. It
It,
happens.
it, it happens, and yeah, I was gonna say from just the match graphic alone for this one when I saw Taino's picture because I had him on during oh god, how far back was it now? But I remember I'm like that match graphic alone. I'm like I just sensed what you were telling me just from the match graphic alone. So it's
Yeah.
just something seems different. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. I'm getting back in there with it. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Now, next, I believe the last of the first rounds, Drake Pharaoh versus Dylan Derringer.
Yes. Talk about this is going to be the match that is going to be like the proverbial game of human chess because Drake was mentored and trained by Dylan. So they know each other extremely well. It's almost like brothers.
Hmm.
And when you know your brother very well, it's kind of like I know the tricks you taught me, but then does the teacher have additional tricks he may not have taught him?
Oh
And
yeah.
and that's going to be the game of the super rookie, the super youngster, and Drake Pharaoh just turned 19 years old.
Oh
Been
wow.
wrestling for I think now 6 years.
Oh, wow.
He started wrestling when he was 12, pro wrestling. That's not an amateur, high schooler. I'm talking about like this kid started his professional training at age 12. I mean,
Wow.
hell, I remember when I was 12 years old, man. I was like playing baseball in the park with a bunch of buddies. I wasn't thinking about doing body slams in a ring. It's like he dreamed that, but this kid was doing it. And with Dylan Derringer, Hard to Kill, who's become probably I'll say if you look at season 2, he became one of the breakout stars that everyone started paying attention to. It's like, yo, he puts on bangers of everybody. He's one of those guys, like it's his time. A lot of people truly believe this tournament's his tournament to win. This is his time to shine and show people, like, you know what? Yeah, I was part of the Dirty Nasty gang, and I got away from them. Yeah, people would consider me TFG's BFF, the Leo brothers. But where were they? Now I'm doing this by myself, and he's winning matches by himself. He's doing it by fair. He's not doing it by breaking rules. He's winning matches by his skills, and is winning the crowds over. People are starting to know when he comes out, you're gonna have a banger. It's going to be an amazing match. This is the match. This is the match where I truly believe, outside of, I mean, I think every match can steal the show. But this might be the sleeper match that's really surprises people, like how good it's going to be.
Oh yeah. Now I do enjoy that visual of yeah, he might have taught you everything you know, but has he really taught you everything that he knows?
Exactly.
I like it. I like it. Now, another thing before we get into some of the non-tournament action is I love, everybody loves a good looking title belt. Flo has some damn amazing looking ones, from the Supernova to the tag belts, which Flo has some damn good tag action in it, for sure. And not to mention, this is, outside of the Super Juniors tournament, but you guys even got a little tag cup that's going to be coming later that, holy shit, the visual of that damn cup. Like, holy crap. Like, I talk about the title belts alone looking good. That damn cup.
Pretty gorgeous.
Oh, yeah. It's gonna be pretty awesome. And the winners of that cup getting a shot at the tag titles. So that's gonna be awesome. I know one of the non-tournament action that's gonna be in. I've had both members of one of the teams on Cyberstorm versus, and I'm trying to, my handwriting sucks sometimes.
Against Gaston
Larue and Deathwish.
Deathwish, yep.
That, now, I've had both members of Cyberstorm on, and I know what they can bring. And, I've seen some of Deathwish, so, like, I know what they can bring too. But, me being the fan of tag wrestling and knowing that, oh, wow, I've had, like, one half of this match on, I'm already looking forward to seeing what that match is going to bring. And, looking into the tag cup coming up later, I'm imagining, both teams are going to be looking into getting a little bit of that momentum going into that.
Yeah. I mean, and on top of that, you saw about Deathwish, but also his tag team partner, the Mozart of professional wrestling, the one and only, the man with the golden voice, the gift for gab, the one Gaston Larue. Don't let his opera singing fool you. When the bell rings, that kid's all business, and he's good. He's really good in the ring. He's one of those guys. You don't need to see that he's a heel, he's a role breaker, but the simple fact is he can win a match without cheating. He's that good. He's technically good. He could do the British wrestling. He could do the strong style strikes. He loves lucha. He's very deceptive. When you first see him, you're thinking, this guy here he's gonna beat me up, really, this kid. And then next thing you know, Gaston's got you in an arm bar, and he's pulling you 6 days of Sunday, and you don't know where you're going, and
You get your teeth knocked down your throat.
yeah, people they overlook the guy who sings his promos. I'm like, yeah, don't when that bell rings, the singing stop, and it's all action. He's good.
That,
So him and Deathwish is going to make a very interesting tag team, to say the least.
Yeah. The image of Larue and Deathwish, kind of being kind of opposite somewhat personalities with you think of Larue, but then Deathwish, and definitely seeming kind of, like I said, opposites. But hey, sometimes when those opposites get together, ends up for some great stuff.
It all happened when Gaston was invited to Princess Deathwish's siesta birthday party that they throw every year, and only certain people are invited. Sometimes he'll throw out a battle, and if you win, you get invited to his birthday party. And this is all real. Gaston happened to do very well and sing the happy birthday song to Princess, and next you know, a strong bond of friendship started between those two, and God help everyone and their brothers and sisters and mothers involved, because that's his trouble all the way through here to Chicago.
Oh God, yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing how that turns out. Now, okay. We mentioned some of the great, international partnerships, the talent that comes in. One of them, he's going to be coming in for more than just this show this season. And okay, I mentioned my difficulty pronouncing some names. I always want to say something else when I say this guy's name, but Estrella.
Yeah, that's actually happened in Estrella. Yeah.
Sweet. I actually got it right for once.
So many people you call Estrella, and I'm like, it's Estrella.
When you first mentioned them to me, that is pretty much what I wanted to say. Like, yeah. I think it the way you were saying it, but then when I got it to come out of my mouth as I'm saying it, it always came out that.
It means in La Estrella in Spanish means the star. The pro wrestling spaceman, pretty much. The Astro Samurai, as I like to call him now. He's done more of a traditional Japanese samurai look to him now. So
I was gonna say I saw a little bit there, yeah. And he's coming in for this show in going up against another former guest of mine, Zach Abstract, and another talent coming in, Marco Modello.
Yeah, Marco. Talk about a match that has all the makings to be a main event anywhere in the country. Because you got Lost Show of Dragongate, probably one of the greatest high flyers you'll ever come across. I'm not talking about just a guy who does flippy stuff. He defies gravity. Like there's a video clip of him running the ropes and drop kicking someone halfway across the ring, running on the ropes. I'm not talking about like some guys at the top and just trying to balance. He's running on top of that rope and drop kicking down on someone. I'm like, how this guy defies gravity, man? Like, he's good. Zach Abstract, I mean, his resume alone speaks volumes. I mean, the guy was trained by Harley Race, trained by Ricky Marvin, trained by Skyday. He's been wrestling in Japan. He's wrestled in America. He's wrestled in Mexico. He's a world traveler. He's super good. And then you got Marco Modello, who is an up-and-comer, who's making a name for himself, not only at Flow, but everywhere else in the Midwest. Trained by Josh Abercrombie, better known as Josh Raymond, that everyone remembers from AAW, who's also was a world traveler in his own rights, wrestled some of the best wrestlers in the world. Now he runs a wrestling school in Western Michigan that I work with as well. And so a lot of his kids come work for me. Marco Modello was one of his handpicked students that he said, Marco is someone who's going to be a star for you. And Marco could high fly, mat wrestle, but what also makes him deadly compared to probably Zach or Estrella. is that he has this almost, I would say, like kickboxing karate background, and he throws some of the most educated kicks you'll ever
Mm.
see. You know, some guys that starts at one big kick to the back. This guy hits you with tornado spin kicks. He hits you with it's almost like an Italian supermodel meets Aleister Black. That's the best.
Oh,
That's the best way.
that's a deadly combo.
That's the best way I could put it. You look at this guy and you think this guy looks like he would be on the cover of a fashion magazine. He's a good-looking kid. You know, he looks like a movie star. But then the bell rings, and before you know it, he's doing a spin kick and he's taking your head right off, like the Karate Kid type stuff. Like, you know, Cobra Kai. You know, see, that's Modello, man. Like he shows
That
receiving that bell rings. It's you better put up or he's gonna make you shut up.
Oh man, and those the contrasting styles in that triple threat right there already has images in my head of seeing some of the high flying stuff mixed with the educated kicks. Like, oh god, I'm trying to remember the match, but I've seen matches where people will do like try to do kind of like a shooting star press sort of a thing, but then as the guy's like, oh, he's on the head towards the mat and then kick, right in the
Yeah, I mean that match alone, you have the Dragongate Tournament background in La Estrella. Yes, he could fly, but he's also taught in Njpw, the Mexican submission wrestling, chain wrestling style. You know, he is a protege of Skida. But then you have the strong style, an old school American style wrestling with Zach Abstract, which is hard hitting, relentless, you know, doesn't back down. He could also do the lucha stuff too. And then you got Marco Modello. So all three of these guys are so diverse. So it's not only a game of like who could outfly the other guy, but it's also like, will this guy come at you with mat wrestling to go against your submission, your strikes, or will the striker go into mat wrestling to ground the high flyer, or will the high flyer surprise all of them and go to a different route? It's one of those matches when I put it together, I would sit back and I was like, yeah, that's going to be good, and I feel sorry for anybody who has to follow that match.
Oh man, like you mentioned with Flo being kind of a buffet of wrestling. It's like, dang it, you got the whole damn buffet right there in that one match.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's gonna be nuts. I'm so excited for that. Now, with the Super Juniors tournament, you also got a great title match going on with the 01 USA Shining Light Championship with now my freaking handwriting sucking here again.
Logan Cavazos.
Logan Cavazos and Mondo Real. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So Logan Cavazos is the 17-year-old protege. He's the super kid of pro wrestling. He's now wrestling in GCW. He's wrestling for us full time. Of course, I've been very close to his father for many years. And so I literally watched this kid grow up, and now seeing what he's turned into as a wrestler, it's amazing. But to see his growth, he's going to Japan for the FTO tour, along with the other guys are going over there in April, and he's going to defend his belt on the show against Mondo Real, who's another Josh Raymond protege. That's so entertaining. The guy's good. Kind of has that little like early Chris Jericho type look with the hair up, and you think he's goofy until the bell rings, and all of a sudden it's on. And yes, Logan might have the height advantage on him, but I think Mondo has a strength advantage on Logan. So it's a proverbial game of cat and mouse between them, because it's like, I can catch you or you can catch me. Whoever's going to get caught first is going to be the one who ends up to getting the victory on this.
Oh yeah, that rounding off some great Super Juniors type action. Now, I know Flo's got some great stuff coming up. We mentioned, outside of this tournament with the big Tag Cup, and I know Estrella, he's gonna be here for a lot of this next season. You've had get rapid fire Tommy Gunn. He's doing all sorts of amazing work with the Supernova title, like making, good lord, he made it quick a legit world title right off of winning it. But now
to 5 countries now.
5 countries, that is nuts.
Yeah. I tell people all the time, the day that Tommy Gunn ends up losing that title, or the day Tommy retires, I feel sorry for whoever has to take that belt and has to carry it, because the legacy of the very first champion puts such a
The high
mark,
bar right there.
such a high mark on that title, where it's like, good luck. That's not me like marking out for the guy. That's just me being an honest promoter, where it's like, when he won that belt, I remember he looked at me and said, "John, I'm going to make it my goal to make this belt a real world title, where I'm going to go for all these affiliates of yours. I'm going to go travel. I'm going to do what I can, and I'm going to make you guys proud. When I come back, it's not, oh man, I'm a world champion. Well, where you went to? I wrestled in 20 minutes away from my house." And it's like, okay, you're not really a world champion. You're the local 40 miler who calls himself a world champ. This guy comes in and all of a sudden it's, hey, that's a real world champion. That's guy pretty much in the shades of the old school NWA type champ, where he travels everywhere with that belt. He takes on any challenger. Doesn't matter if you're a technical wrestler, a monster, a junior heavyweight. Who wants it? Who wants a taste of it? Come up and put up your A game, because Tony's gonna mow him down, man. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he is legit taking on all comers. Like, you hear, people talking about fighting champion this, fighting champion that. He's like the textbook definition of it.
And to be honest, also our tag team champions, the Leo brothers, those effing guys.
Them too, yes.
They defend the belts in Japan.
Yeah.
Right now, I'll say this right now, maybe outside of AAW, possibly, there's no other promotion in the Midwest. Most promotions in the United States could say, like, our belts are legit titles. Like, this has been defended, and not just like, oh, I went across the bridge in Canada, nothing against Canada, but
yeah,
like, this belt has been in places that's most wrestlers only dream of.
Yeah, like you're legit traveling across oceans to defend your belts. Yeah, that's something.
Yeah.
Now, that is about all I have, but with the new season coming up, I figure, what is something that maybe haven't necessarily put it out there to the masses.
Oh, there's so much to talk about. If you think this little March 17 was a wrap up, no, we have a lot to talk about. So, how do we begin? We're going to more territories. We're going to more states, of course. We do have our St. Louis state being confirmed. Right now, it looks like I might have to move that date either one day behind or one day forward on the calendar. But we have the big carnival coming up with St. Louis Fair. We have, of course, a return to Fort Wayne, Indiana, that's coming up. We have 2 super shows in Mexico.
I was excited about those.
Strong Classic Wrestling, Flow versus SCW, which is going to be a freaking amazing 2 events.
Oh, yeah.
And then, of course, we have Project X Wrestling that wants to bring Flow up to Canada. And we have our UK partners, the Japanese partners of FTO, with the big tour coming up in April 28th, Warriors of the World, over in Oita, Japan. We got Eagle Eye, we have Kid Lat, we have Savio Leon, we have Logan Cavazos going over there, and Thomas Bailey. 5 representatives of Flow. It's going to be over there to wrestle. And Kid Lat has the chance to bring home the New Age Championship from FTO if he wins it. Of course, he has a tall order ahead of him, though, with Liam Merrick, who's the Super Junior ace of FTO. So we're kind of sending one of our aces and Kid Lat to take on their ace over there for their title. And I mean, he told me about 2 years ago, you were talking about this outside the podcast, about how when you first started, you feel like, you want to get pinched to wake up from it. Like, did I really
Yeah.
get to do all this stuff? Same way here, man. Like, started this crazy stuff in 2001, started running my first promotion in 2012, came back to wrestling in 2018, and then 2024 happens, and how Flow came about. It was just one of those, like, the universe called and we answered, because it was that Special Olympics show with those kids and that
Oh,
dance,
that
which
was something.
was amazing. And for Sean Porter to come up to me and tell me his idea of Flow, and he's like, "This is something we always wanted to do. It'd be kind of cool one day we ever do this." And on that second theme park show, I was like, "Well, we're going to do it now because everything's fallen into place where this company is what we talked about, and now it is what it is." But man, just for 2 years to go into just doing this, and then this falls in place, and this happens, and this happens, and it's like the domino effect of all these things come toppling in. I mean, um, to have Mike Quackenbush come in not as just like a guest, but like part of the team.
Yeah.
And one of the guys now is our coach, and he's mentoring our guys. And why you're starting to see a lot of the Flow guys get better and better in ring, which they were already pretty good. But you have his teachings. It's like, man, it's turning out a bunch of killers, a bunch of really good talents.
Oh
But
yeah.
now everybody's talking about. To me, I'm excited. I'm excited that we have this next generation coming up from our OGs that were there from day one. But we have now the group of guys who are starting to come up when that generation is finally, I won't say out to pasture, but they're finally done with what they have to do. But we got the Elijah Eros, we have Dylan Derringer, we have Drake, we have Joe Blues, we have all these young kids. That's only 20. We've known that kid since he was 15. We got probably one of the youngest rosters coming up.
Guessing.
I mean, young but hungry and talented.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's so much I'm excited for, man. And then May 27th, we're going to be in the heart of Chicago. We're going to be putting on a wrestling show for the city of Chicago, where they host Lollapalooza, and we're going to be doing this in front of about 7,000 people. And it's like, I think of that number of how many people is going to be in that park watching the event, being around the event, doing other stuff, but they're all going to be there. About how many people that is. It's like, I tell guys all the time about this. Like, man, this is going to be like your guys' WrestleMania. Before you ever get the chance to go to that next level, this is going to be it. Because I don't think people get to say, "Hey, I wrestle in front of 5,000, 6,000 people."
Yeah.
When you get in front of a crowd like that, that's going to be like, okay, holy crap, we're here. We're going to do this.
Oh yeah.
It's amazing, man. It's just I get emotional sometimes when I think about it, but it's just it's one of those things in 2024, and I don't know if I ever told you this. I was actually officially was planning to walk away from wrestling altogether. And I felt at the time I've done everything I could, and my wife and I. It's funny how that whole Special Olympics show came about. Literally about a month before that Special Olympics show happened, me and my wife found out we're having our first and only child. So my mentality changed all along with my wrestling mentality. Because at the time before the Special Olympics show, I was planning to go into more of the hardcore wrestling route, and there's something to stop me. It's like, that's not what you're meant to do. And it's weird because at the same time, it's like, no, yeah. It's like, no, you're about to become a dad. You're meant to bring, and it's like, I remember Brutal Bob Evans once said this. He's like, if you're a promoter, take a look around you and look what everyone else is doing, and then do the total opposite. The opposite of what they're doing. Chicago, everyone drops the F-bomb. Everyone's being gritty and grimy, and they all want to be hardcore and edgy and tough, and they want to be ECW or GCW 2.0. And the thing is, there already has been an ECW. There already is a GCW. You can't copy that. You can't find your own style, your own umph. And so I went the route of I'll take the things I love. I'll take comic books, I'll take pop culture, I'll take pro wrestling, music, all the stuff I enjoyed as a kid, all the stuff I still enjoy, and bring it to life, make it this one cool thing. And instead of booking the shooter tough guy wrestlers, even though my roster's pretty tough, but you book characters. And I was telling this to a person the other day, my good friend Anthony Hauser. I was like, you know what makes Flo cool? He's what's that? I said, one of his only wrestling shows is someone who's never seen professional wrestling before come to our show. And let's say they can't even hear the PA speaker, but they're watching it in the ring. They could tell you exactly who's in the ring. They tell you the guy with the hippo is taking on the Owl Girl and her Owl tag team partner. But in his corner, he has the lion, that hangs out with him. And then the next match, the raccoon in the tuxedo is taking on the Cyber Squad, or they're teaming up together with the Master of a Thousand Holds, and they're taking on a princess who's actually a guy, but he thinks he's a princess because that's his mentality. It's who he really is, or they, and then you got a character like Paragon, who's like the walking apocalypse, and a thousand other nicknames he has going on. He's like the Apollo Creed of pro wrestling. You got all these characters, and you don't even have to know their name, but you know their character. And the character is uniquely themselves in that company. It's not like, oh yeah, we got 15 samurais. It's like you only got one samurai. We got this guy. Well, he's that only person that does that. And it works because everyone in the crowd look at those messages. Oh man, had the greatest time. That guy was a frat boy. We're talking about Chip Walker. He gave my kid a root beer, and it made my kid's freaking day because it was the coolest thing ever.
Oh yeah,
that guy was my kid's favorite. The kid hugs him every time he sees him because that's his buddy, that's his best friend. It's just you create these moments, you create those characters, and it just works, and people are wanting it. People, as much as we all talk about the Attitude Era, we talk about the love for hardcore wrestling. I feel like as a parent, the greatest feeling is going to a wrestling show and knowing that I can still enjoy the wrestling, but my kid is having the time of their freaking lives. And it's the greatest feeling in the world, man. Flo is what I call father approved. And my wife is a mom, so she's a mother approved. And we look at it as family friendly wrestling that doesn't insult your intelligence.
Yeah.
But you can have fun. And I tell people, bring your imagination. Put on your imaginary cap and be a kid again. Have fun. And I love when people come to our shows at the theater and people will say, yeah, I'm just here for my kid. My kid loves wrestling. And then 2-3 matches into it, I'm over there watching and the parents getting excited.
I know.
And I love that. I love that, man. It's that magic of what makes wrestling so beautiful. You could be a freaking kid again and enjoy yourself. And we try to do more hands-on stuff, like we do the abdominal stretch, and you reach out, hey, grab my hand, and the fans are grabbing.
Yeah.
Linking everyone in the building together to try and tap out the villain. We have the launch for 2026 year. If the referee is knocked out or down, universally, all you fans are now the referee. Make that count. And if they count to 3, it's a win. But if the count of 2 and he kicks out, got to keep going. So the fans now have to be interactive and be the referees counting from their chair.
Oh, that it. Oh,
by surprise, or by surprise, the magical referee jersey, and we'll pick someone from the crowd to be that ref for that one special moment. It could be a kid, it could be an adult, be a grandma, grandpa. It could be an albino alligator who somehow found his way into our locker room. We don't know, but we can work. And I just look at wrestling like, what's wrestling missing? It's missing crowd participation. It's missing. You thought you're coming to a show. Now you're part of the show. Now you're part of that magic, and that's what I love, man. I love sitting here in my house on a day where it's pouring snow. I'm about to go to work, and I'm sitting there to myself thinking, how can I make my shows more fun? How can I make that experience 10 times better for everyone in it? that now they have their spot on the show. Now they feel like I came here and now I'm part of it. And how cool is this? Like,
Oh
you
man,
know,
that is
that's the little things, man. The little tiny things. I enjoy at our shows and at the theme park shows. I will still walk around, pick up chairs, and set them down for our fans, shake their hands, and greet them, and say, "Hey, I'm John, the CEO of Flow. Really nice to meet you. What's your name?" You know, because I'm wanting to know them. I want to be invested and get to know them. And now we have fans that are traveling with us. So, like, I have a dad and his son that has been to every single theme park show and has been to almost every live event that we have done.
nice, man.
Because it was him and his son's bonding time.
Yeah,
It's their get together. You
uh,
know, and I love it.
that.
As a dad, that's the greatest
Oh yeah,
emotional high I can get is seeing another dad's like, thank you for making my son or my daughter's day 10 times better.
oh
And as a
yeah,
dad, I hope someone will do the same for my son.
oh yeah. No, that sounds like when my son is getting to the age where like he actually get into the shows and like yeah, I watch it with him now and seeing some of the times that some of the music hits and he gets to bounce and like yeah and man, just every way you were describing all of that is just like man, that's some that I look forward to when my son gets to the age where he can actually understand and actually get into the shows and getting to be a part of that with him you know when wrestling has been something that has provided me so much enjoyment throughout my entire life. Getting to share that with him, that's yeah. You talk about getting a little choked up sometimes. That gets me a little choked up sometimes. Is it's like my wife and I we had a little bit of a ordeal there, even to have our son.
Yeah,
So to get to share something like that with him that has brought me so much joy in my life, I'm already looking forward to it.
absolutely, man. Absolutely. Same here. Same here. Our children are not too far off from age from each other. So
Not too far off, yeah.
yeah, no, trust me, I'm right there with you. I look forward to it. I love when he'll sit in my lap and he'll watch TV with me and he'll point up at the screen and he's talking in baby talk still, but he's
Yeah.
like asking me a question. I can tell like, well, what's this? And like today we watched Monster Trucks and I
Mm.
was like, oh, this Monster Jam. Oh, they tell him about all the monster trucks and stuff. And he probably doesn't understand what I'm saying to him, but it feels great as a dad, because it's like,
Oh yeah.
to share the cool stuff I love, and
Uh,
he's liking it. He's digging it. So yeah.
uh, yeah. My wife gave my wife gave our little one crap one time because she did national TV level here, but for some reason she isn't too fond of Jey Uso.
Okay.
I don't know if the entrance she just finds I don't get it. I'm whatever. But one time I'm watching, I'm holding him, and she's on the other end of the couch, and his music hits, and everybody doing he starts just bouncing up and down. She's like, "No," and I'm just sitting there laughing. It just oh man, it gets me. But yes, very much looking forward to sharing that with him. Very much looking forward to this next season and everything you guys got going on from the Super Juniors tournament, the Tag Cup, the international partnership shows, seeing where your roster goes with the excursions over to Japan. I've already talked with Thomas Bailey. His episode is going to be coming up here as of this recording very soon.
Yeah.
So, oh
That
man, I
Thomas
was I was excited for him.
that Thomas Bailey call was a special moment in my life as a promoter, and I've been a mentor to Thomas as well too. And he didn't know he was going to Japan. And
Yeah,
I gave him that call, and I was like, "Hey, you're sitting down, And I guess his mom and dad knew. But I told him like, don't tell him. I was like, I want this call to really. He needs to hear from his boss. And they're like, we agree. You know, give me that call. I was like, yeah, and it's handing over some of these selections. And at first, I think he was feeling like I'm not going to be picked. Like, and the things with the kid, he didn't let it get to him. He was like, I understand. You got to make your selections. I'm like, yep. I remember I looked up at him and I was like, oh, girl, congrats, kid. It's you get your bags packed up. You're going to Japan in April. And just the look of like, I think it didn't set in yet to him. He's like, oh, thank you, sir. Like, yeah. And then his mom secretly recorded him. So like when he was like, I mean, he was like, let's go. Like he was so, it made his day, it made his year, made my life better. That kid has made my life 10 times better being in it. Tom's Bailey's everything that's right about this world,
Yeah.
and not trying to air out his personal life story. I don't know, he probably told you about himself personally. You know, the guy was uh nonverbal autistic until he was like 5, 6 years old, I believe, 7 maybe. And for him to do all of the cool stuff he's doing
Mm.
and killing it in wrestling, and he's doing good in everything else he does in life. And the beautiful thing about just Thomas Bailey, but the Bailey family is they're probably the greatest parents I've ever seen. I've never seen a mom, dad, and sister more supportive of their son, their brother, the way that they're his biggest cheerleaders.
That's
And
awesome.
they go to every show. They'll help out. Not only being asked to, they're there to help out with whatever needs to be helped. They're some of the best human beings I've ever met. They made my life better for being in it. Just if only if it was just 1 year or 1 month, it doesn't matter. One day, the Baileys just being there has meant more to me than any money or any grand prize, because it showed me as a father how important it is to be there for your kid.
Mm. Oh yeah, no, that's definitely great stuff to look at because you know when scheduling for the podcast after my son was born, I wanting to limit the amount of recordings per week. That way, I can do that for my boy and be there for as much as I can, but then still. And this is another thing that I probably get a little choked up about, but thinking, yeah, I'm not going to be around forever. So leaving this show and the YouTube channel, for that part of why I keep doing the damn video versions of this, and I do it all together, so that way, whenever my time does come,
He has memories,
and
and
he
this
wants
is
to
what my
think,
dad. This is
he
what
wants
my
to
dad
think of
does.
daddy, he can just hop onto YouTube, boom, there I am. Hopefully whenever the hell my time comes, hopefully it's not for a damn long time.
Hopefully, it's the next 80 years.
I don't yeah, I'd be freaking old as hell at that point.
You'd be 160. You'll be the head in the glass jar that has like the tubes that makes you talk to everyone on a giant computer monitor.
Like, what was it, the Futurama or whatever
Yeah.
they had that. But yeah, no, just hopefully whenever that time comes and he goes and watches back this stuff, he can look back on his dad and smile. That's my
Absolutely.
hope.
I think he already looks at you and a smile as it is. You're a beautiful human being, my friend. You're an amazing man, an amazing dad.
I sure do my best.
Oh, you do. You do every day. Every day you wake up, and you're there for them. It means something to them.
Oh yeah, no, it definitely means something to me whenever. So, little peek into the personal life, not too hard, but before we wrap up, and this explains it a little bit. But when he looks up at me and smiles, because my wife, my mother-in-law, actually, she's our daycare, and she so lifesaver there. But first off, but when my wife goes to pick him up, I go to meet them to help bring him inside. And heck, this one just happened earlier today. I peek around to kind of just like pop up like, oh, and like before I even open the door, he just like that little pop up. He's like, I could hear him like, ah, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah, I love that with my kids too. I'll hide and pop my head out and say, and do that. And that is like the greatest thing in the world to me. He's
Oh,
the funniest thing. Yeah,
no,
nothing beats a baby's laugh, man.
no, nothing at
anytime you hear
all.
a baby laugh, it's the greatest emotional high you'll ever have. I swear.
No, for sure.
I always tell guys and girls when they're not parents, and I'm not the type of try to preach like you need to become a parent, but it's like one of the things I tell them is like there's different highs you have in life. I was like, but once you become a mom or a dad, and the first time you ever hear your baby giggle or laugh, nothing beats it.
No,
There's no song, no music, nothing in the world could ever touch that sound. It's so beautiful.
no, yeah. That's one of those memories. Yeah, you'll never forget. All right. Well, that is about all I have. I want to thank you for taking the time to talk to me tonight. Like I said, looking forward to everything this season has coming up for Flow. And as always, you're welcome back anytime. I'm sure we'll be having you back sooner rather than later, doing some recaps of everything that's going on in the world of Flow.
I look forward to it, my friend. Thank you for always being one of our big supporters and being family to us. It means a lot to us, man. I love you.
It means a lot to me. All right, now my issue, they switched the dang buttons around on me. Now I'm having the freaking